Good evening. This is Frank Rock. Welcome to the House of Orange Sports Channel. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. Been doing some digging, been trying to find some news with the Lady Vols. It's been a little quiet here, really, for the last almost week right now. But I have dug up another name, another visitor possibly coming this weekend. This is according to Skim Milky. Yeah, I know this one doesn't sound valid, but there's a couple sources with college basketball. One on the men's side is Truly Donovan. The one on the women's side, who's kind of the equivalent there, is Skim Milky. Pretty valid source, though. Pretty valid site. There's a few good women's ones on Twitter that I've run across. But Samara Spencer, Arkansas guard, schedule, according to Skim Milky, scheduled to visit this weekend. And so, with Samara Spencer, what kind of player does Tennessee have visiting this weekend? Let's take a look at it. She's 5'7". She was if I'm reading this right, if it's up to date, she was a junior this past season for Arkansas. She averaged 13.9 points per game, 4.6 boards, 3.5%, 3.5 assists. Field goal percentage, 33.6%. That's a bit low. 3-point percentage, 26%. Free throws, 74%. Turnovers, she averaged almost 3 per game on this. So, again, this is someone, though, who can play defense, who can get up down the court. And they talked about it yesterday with Kim Caldwell on the Lady Vols on the Big Orange Caravan. And she was looking for people who can get up and down the court, who can play defense, obviously who can hit the three. And, her percentages, it was a bit lower this past season. She was 34.4 her freshman year, 32.3 her sophomore, 26% this year. And, of course, her field goal percentage, it's gone down each year as well. I'm not really sure for that, but her minutes did go up. She played almost 35 minutes per game for Arkansas this past year. So, we'll see. Everything's kind of quiet right now. I don't know if there's dominoes waiting to fall. I don't know what, but I've not seen anyone who officially covers Lady Vols. I've not seen anything from anybody that actually covers Lady Vols in about a week or so. So we're going to move on to just trying to find what I can out there. And like I said, there's some pretty good women's basketball sites on Twitter. So, and this one's been pretty reliable so far. From what I've picked up on, I haven't seen it verified, but Ruby Whitehorn, Clemson, supposedly visited last weekend. I Talk Hoops, women's basketball, women's transfer portal. I think I saw today they're going to add WNBA coverage, so they're kind of growing right now in their game. They did on April 29th put in their crystal ball prediction for Leilani Capinus from Penn State. And Capinus, Whitemore are both considered top 15 transfers in the transfer portal right now. And I've seen a little bit of complaining about Tennessee's not bringing anything in impressive. They have 2 good transfers already, Alyssa Latham, Lazaria Spearman from Miami. Those were 2 good pickups. But they're not done. They can't be done right now. They still could withstand to add a few more. Probably maybe 3 to 4, if I'm right on that. You pair that with who's coming back. I'll just give it patience, guys. Let it play out a little bit. Let it play out. There's a lot we don't know right now as to who's visiting. And there could even be some visits that have happened that we're not aware of. I mean, most of the news in the portal right now is USC and Maryland. Those 2 are racking up. And, LSU's announced a few. I think I saw Mississippi State has added 4 through the portal. It's just, we got to give this staff time right now. Now, next year, if we're here, might be a little concerned. But right now, you got to figure what the previous staff left the current staff with as far as recruiting-wise. And it wasn't much. It was not much. I know some were complaining, but, there was some further down the line. You cannot worry about down the line. You've got to go with what you have now. Fact of the matter is, this previous staff did not do their jobs recruiting. That's just the bottom line on that. Kim Caldwell, her staff, they're trying to rectify that. They're trying to get players in. Again, they've had pretty good success based on what we know because Latham and Spearman were in. They've committed. I don't know. Again, I don't know. We've not had anyone dedicated to Lady Vols verify it, but that does not mean it's true, as there's just not been anything out there with that. Same with men's basketball. Just because someone doesn't cover Tennessee strictly does not mean there's not valid news out. I got the Igor Milicic news from somewhere other than one of your other sites that he was going to be visiting, and then it was confirmed through some of your more, I guess, your sites that are centrally dedicated to Tennessee. But I'll keep you posted on anything else I pick up on anything, whether they get a commit, whether they get multiple commits. Some seem to think they're in pretty good. Like I said, I talk hoops crystal ball projection for Capinas. I put out a video about her. I will link that in my description on here as well. I'll link it at the end if you want to watch that and check it out as well. I'll put a link in my description for Ruby Whitehorn as well, talking about her. And then, we'll go from there. But then if you want more information on Latham, if you want information on Spearman, I'll link those videos in my description as well. You'll be able to find all those in one place. And I will link just the Lady Vols playlist at the end if you want to go through that and take a look at it as well. But like I said, I'll keep you updated on any more news that I come across, as news is kind of slow right now with the Lady Vols and the men's basketball team. Just not much since the Milicic commitment with Tennessee. I think they're just kind of a holding pattern, waiting on Chaz Lanier, see what happens with him. He has been invited to, I think I saw the NBA Combine, so it's going to be some time. And there is a possibility that one does not happen. So hopefully Tennessee and Rick Barnes, they are casting nets. There's why I feel pretty good. They're probably prepared either way with that. But, thank you guys for all your support. Make sure you like, you share. If you have not, you like the content, hit that subscribe button as well. And if you like the content that's coming out, down that bottom right corner, there is a super thanks. We're always appreciative of any super thanks on here as well. But this is Frank Rock. This is the House of Orange Sports channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, a great Thursday. And last but most certainly not least, go Lady Vols.